Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creative Team Career here on the PC with Cadillac. It is round 14 of Season 2 and the start of a double header in Italy. Tonight we head to Imola. And we have 2 days to go until the Grand Prix itself. We've got about $500,000 left in the bank. It's not a lot of cash, but it's something. It's better than we had going into the previous race where we were almost $1 million in debt. We have had some money through from the sponsors, which is quite nice. And that has enabled us to go ahead and do a bit of extra development. So as you can see, we've got a new chassis underway. We are just over 3 weeks away from that before we can start building those. We've also got some research projects started. Our rear wing project is now done on research, and we've split our ATR period 3 ways across these 3 projects here to try and get a head start on these parts here. Done very little research so far this season. I think 1 minor chassis project, 1 rear wing project, that's it. So we really need to start knuckling down on research for next season at this point. Evening Dino, evening Johnny. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the chat. Let's take a quick stock of our car part situation. So we have no spare suspensions at the moment, but we are building new suspensions. So you can see we built 2 of the 3. We could actually go ahead. We've got just enough. Let's add a 4th one on. There we go. That's our brand new Mark III suspension, which we haven't actually fitted yet. So we can go ahead and fit that to both of our cars now. Not going to give us much in the way of a speed boost or a downforce boost, but it is going to give us a nice little boost on tyre wear, which is the main reason we went ahead and built this. So we've got a couple of spares coming. 1 in a day, I believe, and then another one. Oh, no. No spares. Not for another 8 days. We should hopefully just about have a spare in time for Monza, which will be our next race. But we've got a spare side pod in the works as well. So actually, if we just go back to our overview here, you can see we have 2 spare chassis. These will last us now until we get our brand new chassis, which will start to appear in about a month. We've got 3 spare front wings, 1 spare rear wing, 1 spare side pod with another on the way, 1 spare underfloor, and no spare suspensions, but with 2 more on the way. In terms of our engines, could be better, but not horrible. We're going to once again try and stretch these practice parts as much as we can. I don't know if I can get away with the gearbox anymore. It's at 5%, so I think probably not. That's a sprint session, a sprint weekend, one free practice session only use now, and then it's done. So we'll leave this gearbox in the car. Let's move over to Hamilton's car. His engine situation is a little bit healthier, but not a massive amount healthier in terms of the actual engine itself. ERS is a very different story. We've got a much healthier ERS situation here. And same with gearbox. We're in really good shape with gearboxes with Lewis as well. We'll go with that one for practice. I think we may well give the rookies a run tonight. Let's take another quick look at the weather forecast. You can see it's going to be a dry weekend. So perfect to get the rookies a run here in FP1. In terms of the circuit itself, a mixture of corners, a couple of low speeds in there, a couple of medium speeds, a few high speeds, and a lot of flat out stuff. I don't think our car's going to be particularly good here, but we might be able to stretch out our tyres over the AI and maybe make a stop or two less than some of the cars around us, especially with our brand new suspension giving us some extra tyre performance as well. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. I think I might gamble on 18th or higher for Valtteri tonight. It is a gamble around Imola. Less so at Monza. Monza, I think, will actually do pretty well at Monza, and potentially Montreal as well, depending on the weather. There is a 40% chance of Montreal being wet, which would be a bit of a shame. Much prefer to race there in the dry with a rubbish car, but we'll see how things go. If the weather fluctuates like it did in Budapest, it could actually work in our favour. So let's advance time, get ourselves up to Friday. Something in the inbox that requires our attention. Purple at this stage means something bad. Oh no, that's actually something good. Our chassis is going to be complete a little bit earlier. It's going to come, look at that, 8 days early. Very nice. Alright, so strategy prep here. Going to be warm. That should hopefully help keep the tyres in the window without overheating them. Best strategy is going to be a 1-stop. Yeah, I doubt that. It'll be a 2-stop. I would imagine maybe a 3-stop for some of the AI, possibly even 4-stop, depending on what they use tyre-wise. Let's set our targets. We will go 18th or higher for Valtteri tonight. We'll go 18th for Lewis as always. And let's head to Imola.
Welcome along to Italy, and welcome along to Imola. After returning to the Formula One calendar in 2020, Imola is now home to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This historic track's original outline might remain, but updates to the circuit ensure that racing here feels just as exciting in modern times.
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. But all the teams are fighting hard, and there's everything to play for.
The weekend begins here.
So let's get everything set up, shall we? Let's stick Crawford in Valtteri's car. Let's put Logan in Hamilton's car. We want soft tyres on our rookies so that we can use mediums and hards for our main drivers. Run plan, it's normally 20 laps around Imola. We'll go with 22. I don't know how much we'll actually get out of the tyres, but we'll just give ourselves a couple of extra laps of leeway fuel wise. There we go. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We've done engine parts already for both cars. So, straight on to setups then. Let's see. Let's start with a 7 on the front for car 1. We'll go with a 12.5 on the rear. We'll go 3.7 here. Push that all the way up. And I'm going to drop that down to there. And that's car 1 done. We'll change things up a little bit for car 2. So let's try a little bit more on the rear wing on this car. Let's go with a 13, I think. So we'll go 7 on the front again. We'll go with a 13 on the rear. We'll go with a 4.6. Again, we'll whack that all the way up. And this time I'm going to whack that all the way down. And let's see how those setups work.
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, green light.
And radio check when you can.
Copy that.
Copy loud and clear.
And radio check.
Radio check.
Good for me too.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Get everything as you want it to be for the start of the lap.
Do my own little radio check. So, have we got any rookies? We've got Alexander Dunn in for McLaren. Can't remember who that is. In at Mercedes. We'll check in a second. And that's it. Kamara. Rafael Kamara. And let's see if our engines will make it through the session. And it's a bumpy circuit. There is a risk that the engines might develop a fault which will precipitate a fail. But fingers crossed we'll be okay. Let's speed things up a little bit. Tyres are in the window. And they're staying reasonably well balanced in the window. Temps spiking a little bit for Sargent because he's in dirty air. And there we go. Now he's got some free air. They're cooling down again. So, maybe a soft medium medium? Maybe a soft medium hard
Any feedback on the car?
will be our strategy.
Car is good.
Copy that.
Let's see what tyres we use through qualifying. Let's take a look at that feedback from Sargent's. 92. That's a pretty good starting point. Just waiting on Jack's feedback now. It's going to be a little while. Actually, let's call Logan in. Don't need him to be out there. Oh, look how quickly the tyres are falling apart. 38% left after 15 laps. So it won't be a very long run on softs. Maybe 20 laps at most.
And box, this one. Box, speed confirmed.
Yeah, copy.
We are going to have to put another set of softs on if we want to send them back out again. Evening, Farrah.
In the pit lane.
Speed limiter on, please. Stop on the marks.
Right, we're off on the roll bar. Let's take it that way. Let's leave that at 7. Let's bring this down a bit instead. Let's try that. New set of tyres. There we go. And it's not great
Yeah, the car was good.
Copy
from
that.
Crawford. Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah, really not good. 70%. That's a lot to find. Well, we'll push the rear wing up to a 13. Gonna go all the way over to a 6.4, I think. I'm gonna need to bring this back. Let's go with that. See how that works. And out goes Logan Sargent. And Crawford. So we're going to learn another part on the car again. Our new suspension. We're at 86% on our car part knowledge right now. We're not going to get that fully learnt today. But we can certainly make it some good inroads, and we'll finish it off, I would imagine, at Monza. We've got feedback. It's optimal. That's very encouraging. It's at 97%. Oh, it's close. It's very close. How are we doing on our development plan? We're at 100%. Excellent. So we can call Logan Sargent in. Get him off the track and away from potential harm.
Pit entry.
And speed limiter on. And we stop in front of the garage.
Also saves a few miles on the engine as well. Stroll's picked up some damage somewhere. I'm guessing underfloor. Where is Stroll right now? He's looking for a green car, and of course he's not in one. Yeah, I think he's probably gone over the curbs at the Villeneuve chicane, maybe, or possibly on the exit of Tamburello. front wing is not right. Let's drop it down then. Let's push that back up. Let's go with that. We're not going to send him back out. Logan's work is done for the day. Ooh, a puncture for Bortoletto. Wow, you don't see punctures in practice very often. How many laps has he done on those tyres? He's done the full 23 laps. No, he's only done 8 laps. How's he picked up a puncture? And doing just 8 laps on the hards. That is bizarre. Very weird. Very weird indeed.
How does the car feel?
Still don't have an optimal, but we have improved it
Copy that.
up to 90%.
Practice
So we've
your
gained
pit entry.
20% so far. Still more to find. Maybe we've overcooked it on the roll bar. Maybe it's only a 5.5, not a 6.4. We shall see when we get back to the garage. So we've got an issue with Seitz's car here. Stroll, we know, has some damage, but we think that's underfloor. I wonder what this fault is. Seitz seems to be constantly plagued with some fault or other on his car.
Limiter on, please.
Happened all the way
Stopping
through
on
last
parks
season
and
at
going
Williams.
to
It's
the
happening this
Waters.
season at Ferrari as well. He just seems to have cursed luck. In comes Jack. Two minutes left on the clock. Oh no. So we actually got that spot on. Braking stability definitely needs to change. That's going to have to drop down, and we're going to have to push this up to help find that as well. Let's drop the front wing down. And then push that to there. And that gives me more of a manageable gap. Yeah, I mean, we could potentially even drop that down a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's drop that down to a 6, and let's push that back up to a 3, 4, 5. That keeps that where it needs to be. Gives us a little bit of gap there. Gives us a little bit of a gap there. The proper size gap there. And a little bit of a gap here. That could be it. That could be it. Might be a little bit too much, but we'll find out in the next session. Let's strip fuel out so we can certify those changes. There we go. And that is the end of practice 1. So, regular drivers back into the car. Let's go with a good 35 laps. Nice long consistent run. How are those engines looking? 6% and 5%. Ooh, yeah. It's getting a little down to the wire. This looks like it will be the last time we use these engines this weekend.
Green light.
So yeah, whatever that is with Science's car, it's still there, so it's an engine issue. You can see Stroll's issue has cleared. That ties in with them replacing the underfloor.
The tires anyway near.
And try to work on your front tires.
They're still the same.
Oh, we have a VSC.
Virtual safety car deployed.
He's bottled it
Let's
at
follow the action
Tosa.
now at turn 7. Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Not the
And you
greatest.
can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the...
That should be cleared by the time we get there. Yeah, no sign of that accident.
Virtual safety car ending.
Back to full speed.
Yep.
Behrman, Hadjar and Lindblad all up there. So's Iwasa as well. Although I think that's more down to the car than the driver. That Racing Bulls is actually a pretty strong car this year.
Any feedback on the
Just
car?
hasn't had the best driver combination to
Understood.
get the most out of it. We've got feedback in from Lewis, and it is now optimal. Ah, look at that. It's 99%. In fact, it was optimal before. It was 97, but we've gained 2%, but that little tweak I made to the toe was an unnecessary one, so we'll have to put that back. It's Valtteri that we need to find big. Big changes. More wear to the engine. As if it isn't worn enough. Right, come on. Give me some good news here. In your own time, Valtteri. Yes! Haha! There we go. 100%.
Keep the same.
Fantastic.
Yep, understood.
So, we know we can easily correct that. So both of our cars are effectively finished in terms of set-up work. We still need to gain time on track. We still need to continue to learn the new suspension. But hopefully that's all the hard work in practice done. And now we can just sit back and gain a little bit more preparation by just doing laps. Tyres are on the cusp of being able to keep temperature without dirty air. Track temperature's gone up a bit, which has helped. Let's see what happens if it starts to fall. See the tyres coming back down to just the lower threshold. It's almost able to stay in. Evening Z, is this game good? I enjoy it. I've loved this series, you know, right from the first one. They're not perfect games. They are definitely flawed in their own unique individual ways, but I think they're fun. I get a lot of enjoyment out of them, and the mods, if you can play it on PC, really do help extend its life dramatically as well. As to how much you'll get out of it, I think it all depends on whether you like this type of management / spectator game, and how much you enjoy Formula One. Alright, practice 2 is done. Driver prep up to just under 90%. So we don't need too much longer on the mediums. We probably want to run for about 30 laps. Maybe not even that much, but we'll put 30 laps of fuel in. And that should get them both fully prepped and ready for the Grand Prix.
Green light.
Right, we're out on track. Let's whiz through the last practice session so we can get into qualifying. Tyres go straight into the window. Let's see if they actually stay in the window. Track temperature's pretty high, although it's starting to come down again. I know you're being sarcastic, Farah, but it doesn't always come across. Oh, there we go. There's the follow-up comment. Yeah, I mean, just on 2024 version of the game, across PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 to get the Platinum, and the PC, I've put in probably close to 2,000 hours. Wasser with a little wiggle at turn 15 there. So he's still with something wrong with his engine.
Update when you can.
Confirmation from Hamilton. His car is now at 100. Excellent news. We're at 93%. How many laps have we done? 17. Sure, we're going to do enough, actually. I'm going to start saving fuel, just in case.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
Don't need to max out the track knowledge, but we do need another 20% or so. And Hamilton's setup or prep rating is showing 50% less than Valtteri is because he hasn't confirmed his setup with the pits in the pits yet, only over the radio. So once he actually gets into the garage, that will kick in. There we go. More problems to sites and a yellow flag somewhere as well.
I cannot push. Something is strange.
So if that is engine, which I think it is for sites, that
Now
will
we've an
clear
incident
it.
Here, Kevin Magnussen, it looks like.
Oh, of course, Magnussen's up to his old tricks.
The car's coming together.
Oh,
right
actually,
there.
no, that's not
They
Magnussen's
do
fault.
need
He
to
was
be careful
an
in
innocent
these practice
bystander
sessions.
in that one. Which was the Aston? Tsunoda. Of course, it was Yuki. He's had a terrible start to this Grand Prix weekend, smashing this car in first practice. Now he's damaged it in third practice as well. Magnussen missing a huge chunk of wing as a result. Tsunoda missing an end plate on the right-hand side of his front wing. Drivers are coming into the pits. They're not there yet. Cancel call-in. Cancel call-in. Try and stay out a few more laps. Let's cool the tyres down as well. Wear them out slightly less.
As much as possible.
I want to keep them on the higher
management on this set.
accrual rate for as long as we can. Tsunoda's going to have a penalty already for that. What am I looking for? Prediction. There we go. So we're on this nice higher rate at the moment. We want to stay on that for as long as we can. What's going to run out first? Fuel or tyres? Fuel. Come on, give me that little bit more.
Box speed confirmed.
Give me that little bit more. Oh, I'm going to have to send him out. I'm going to have to send him back out.
On, and keeping it on.
I was really hoping
Stop on the marks.
that we could keep him going. Valtteri's going to have to come in at the end of this lap as well. His tyres are gone. Too much fuel.
Confirming you are boxing this lap.
Yeah, copy.
That would normally be, I think, enough, but it's because the car park knowledge is too low. This is why we need that little bit of extra time on track. Oh, Valtteri's out of fuel. Damn it. Is that going to red flag the session? Shouldn't do. He's off the racing line. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's a pain. I should have called Valtteri in at the same time as Hamilton. I thought he had an extra lap because we never got a fuel notification from him. Or rather from his engineer. It's not impossible we can get him up to 100. Oh, there we go. Look, he's made it. Just. VSC ending. That's because of Valtteri.
Yep.
Ooh, problem for Charles now.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Deep technical insight, as always, from David Croft. Where would we be without him? And there we go. Hamilton is ready to come in. So we'll call him in. And we are done with practice. Evening, Daniel. Did I buy unfinished business? Why does that ring a bell? Oh, the Robocop DC. Yes, I did, and I still haven't actually played it yet. Keep meaning to, but I just keep getting distracted. All right, there we go. Both drivers are fully prepped and ready to go through. We've got to change the engine parts over. But apart from that, we are ready for qualifying, which is next.
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
Qualifying at Imola can be a tricky red flag-strewn affair. Teams need to prioritize getting a banker lap in, rather than risk leaving it too late and having to settle for a subpar time.
Karun, if we could perhaps talk about Lewis for a moment. How do you think he's feeling?
It's got to be said, they are blazing ahead of their teammate right now, and the team will be well aware of that.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
we've got some engine parts that need to be changed because they are... Oh, wow, 1% left on that engine. Whew, only just scraped through. We'll stick with that gearbox. Hamilton's at 1% on his as well. Whew, 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 whew. Yeah, that was closer than it needed to be. So, that ERS, there we go. And that gearbox. Alright. Into Q1.
Green light.
Damn it, the Ferrari snuck out just in front of Hamilton. Hoping that he would cross the line behind Valtteri. Never mind. Waited just that a little bit too long to release Lewis. On the plus side, though, we might get a very nice, tasty slipstream down the main straight. It's always a bit of an oxymoron around here, seeing as that it isn't really a straight at all.
And track is clear, track clear.
Joy of joys, we have an Audi popping out in front of us as well. Valtteri's already through. Who will be the new team boss for Aston next season? I don't know. Smart money for me is on Seidel instead of Horner. Binotto's already ruled himself out. So is Martin Whitmarsh. Neither of those two are interested. Whitmarsh doesn't want to go back to the team, and Binotto is fully committed to the Audi project. Seidel is out of work at the moment. Could be a good fit. Horner's going to want too much control, I think. So 113.5 for Valtteri. Leclerc's definitely going to beat that. So is Hamilton. So Hamilton's just 15 hundredths behind Leclerc. 113 against the 112.9. Valtteri 6/10 behind in the end. Antonelli goes to top. Lawson is flying right now. You'd love to see Lewis at Aston. It's not going to happen. I think if 2026 doesn't go well, that's probably going to see Lewis walk away from F1. And if it does go well, He'll probably stay for another season at least at Ferrari. But he's not got long left in his career now.
Make sure your limiter is on. If you could stop on the marks.
So chance for Lindblad to go top here. And he takes it. 112.3.
Speed limiter on, please.
Right.
And stop on the
Let's see,
marks.
tyres are at 88%. Probably going to wait for a bit before we send them back out now. Wassa crosses the line, splits the two Cadillacs. Schumacher on an outlap. Stroll is up by about half a second on his teammate. He rounds the final couple of corners. And he goes purple in the final sector and he pops it up into second place. All right, here comes Mick to start his lap. Not the best line through the Villeneuve chicane there. Possibly compromised a little bit on entry there by Stroll. Exits Aqua Minerale up the hill. Oh, Aston want Max. They've made that very clear. This is a decent lap from Mick. Doesn't set any of the timings alike with the purple, but goes second. It's going to take a monumentally awful car to finally crush Leclerc's resolve enough for him to leave that team. He bleeds Ferrari, so Hadjar goes top with a 112.2. Can Norris take that back? I say take it back. Can Norris go top? He does go top. And Sainz has got that new engine, or at least that new engine part. He goes purple in the first sector. Behrman just coming out of the last couple of corners now. He drives for the line. And he good enough for P9. And that's enough for Sainz to go top. All right, let's focus in on Alex Albon. Yellow flag, Ellis and Audi. Oh, and it gets in the way of Albon in the final corner. It was a big lock-up for Lindblad.
Here we are now, down at turn 17. The wheels just lock up there, and they ended up their own passenger.
Speaking of Aston, Felipe Drugovich is officially leaving the team. He has got himself a seat in Formula E for next season. So that will promote Jack Crawford up to the number 3 driver position now. Max goes top with a 112.0. Here comes George. He's also looking pretty quick. 6.5 minutes to go, and I think I'm going to send my boys out now early for their second and final run. George goes top first into the 111s, a 111.956. Evening, Madman.
Just manage your tyres as you wish. Yep.
Yeah, there's been a huge veil of secrecy around Schumacher, and it's had a knock-on effect with Mick. By all accounts, he's a really, really nice lad. Really, really personable, really friendly. Once you get to know him, but he's had a team of minders surrounding him, because of who his father is, and it's kept him a little isolated. I think that might possibly have had a potential impact on his chances of signing with an F1 team. I'm going to be very curious to see how he does with IndyCar next season. I'm going to try and watch as much of IndyCar next year as I can get my hands on.
Track is clear. Track is clear. Mode push for last corner. Mode push.
He's not exactly in a competitive team, but might be able to do. Might be able to start as something. So Valtteri's found a little bit of time in the first sector. Goes past one of the Ferraris. That would be, I don't know actually which one that one is. Could be either of them. There goes one of the Astons. That'll be Sonoda. Hamilton's found a little bit of time in the first sector as well. He's coming up to the back of a Haas. He's Bottas gets out of the way. Valtteri chasing down a racing bull. Might get a little bit of a slipstream here up to the line, but it's a very distant tow if he does get one. No improvement for Valtteri at the end, so he stays where he is. Here comes Lewis.
And mode in, please. Mode in.
Copy.
He gets up to 17th, but it's not enough to get out of the drop. So we are facing elimination once again. As is Charles Leclerc right now. Gasly's out there on an outlap, just leaving the pits now behind Max Verstappen. Magnussen is coming in after his in-lap that nearly got in the way. Yuki's still in the pits. I think there's a good chance that Mick could potentially thrive in IndyCar. The Schumacher name will have a lot less relevance over there in America. So maybe that'll allow more of Mick to, to flourish in terms of his personality. Antonelli goes up to 7th, Behrman up to 3rd with his improved time. Leclerc is leaving the pits. He needs a lap.
On the marks.
Tsunoda's still in the garage. Magnussen's still in the garage. We don't. Well, we just about. If we go straight away, got time for another run.
Stop in front of the garage.
Let's go for it. Let's see if we can do it. We'll take manual control just for a quicker outlap. I don't think we'll do it with Lewis. Don't think we'll have time.
Just work on your tyres.
Copy.
Suggest that you can reduce the amount of lift and coast at turn 1.
Copy. Copy.
And charge button on when you can.
Yep.
So Leclerc starting his lap.
Mode push, please. Mode push.
Copy.
So Valtteri's going to start
And you can
the
use
flying
all
lap.
the
I
boost bar.
don't think Hamilton's going to make it. If he does, it'll be really, really close. Like down to like a second across the line or something like that. It's going to be so close. Can we get across the line? No, just missed it by a second.
So watch out for the
So
next
Hamilton's
car.
out. Bottas has got a chance to try and improve. I don't think he can find the 0.7 of a second he's going to need to get through. But, well, yeah, it's not even up in the first sector, so that's not looking good. And there's a Red Bull on the racing line as well. is not going to improve. Let's just call the car in.
Get those tyres temperatures down.
So, not a great start.
Charge on.
We are bottom of the grid with Valtteri 22nd, and possibly with Hamilton in 21st. All depends on what Magnussen does here. Leclerc has made it through, but only just. Magnussen improves his time, but not his position. He stays in 21st. And that's it. So, Gasly, Lawson, Bottas, not Bottas, yeah, Bottas, but Bortoletto, Hamilton, Magnussen and Bottas are eliminated at the end of Q1. Let's see who sticks it on pole. It's George. He's really starting to take this season by the scruff of the neck. Oscar second, Charles third, Max fourth, Lando down in fifth place. So we've got a fight for top spot between George and Norris, and they're separated by 4 places. Oscar and Max separated by a couple of places. They're duking it out over third in the standings. Then it's Sainz from Lindblad up in the top 7 for Arvid. Mick in 8th, 9th for Ocon, 10th for Hadjar. 11th for Behrman, 12th for Tsunoda with a penalty to be applied. Then Antonelli, Albon, Stroll, Iwasa with a penalty of his own. Then Gasly, Lawson, Bortoletto, Hamilton, Magnussen and Valtteri.
Not long until we get going here in Italy, with 63 laps of hard-fought motor racing.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season.
Imola has no fewer than 4 chicanes, with the Variantes putting a slow-speed corner into every sector around this historic circuit. It's a high downforce track with sharp turns breaking up the straights. It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Evening, Wayne. How are you today? Right, let's take a look at the amended grid with those penalties applied. Let's see. So, 3-place penalty for Tsunoda. 5-place penalty for Iwasa, so that's for a replacement part in the engine bay. That's for that collision in FP3. No other changes. No one starting from the pit lane. What do we want to do strategy-wise? We could try the 1-stop. I think Valtteri might be better served on a 2-stop. And Lewis could make the 1-stop work. Choices. Or I could try. And do that. That would actually be slower than mediums. and it would still be slower than the one stop. Looks like the one stop then. Might have to push those tyres, so I might have to save those tyres and go with something like that. We'll try the one stop with Lewis. We'll go with a two stop with Valtteri. We'll have softs available for either. We've got the option for hards if we get an early-ish safety car for Valtteri, and we've got an extra set of mediums and a couple of sets of softs for Lewis, so we'll go with that. Let's take some fuel out of the car. Let's take 3 laps of fuel out. What's the burn rate here? It is 1.6 kilos per lap. Let's go with an extra lap. Let's go 4 laps. There we go. We will push hard off the line to see if we can maybe sneak a place in the opening couple of corners before we calm the car back down again. There we go. Almost ready. Bear with me a second. I'm looking for something and I can't find it. There we go. All right. Evening, Adrian. Timed it well.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. This race should be a good chance to see what Valtteri Bottas can manage.
There's no hiding from the fact that this is going to be a difficult one. P22 and a strong field that won't want to yield.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, let's quickly jump to the front to see who gets the line into turn 1. Oh, the Ferrari of Leclerc having to back out there. Russell holds it. Piastri has to slot back into second. Hamilton has had a terrible start, but he is on the mediums.
Look after the tires, please.
Understood.
And we need to look after these tires.
Understood.
Slow down now.
Yes, copy.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%. We need to do
Everybody on the
coast needs to
mediums
increase
apart
by
from my 2
10%.
drivers.
And we need lift and coast.
Yep.
Just cool your tyres.
Actually, no, Hamilton's on the mediums, isn't he? Because going mediums to hard. So, yeah, everyone on mediums
DRS
apart from
is enabled.
Valtteri, who's on the softs. What time is it where you are now, Adrian?
Car behind is Hamilton.
Because I started an hour and
Hamilton
15 ago.
0.4.
So whatever time that was, that's the time I'm on every night, Monday to Friday.
push.
So we're playing a bit of a long game on tyres with Lewis. And we are probably going to be matching the AI in number of stops with Valtteri. Okay, so yeah, 3 o'clock is basically when I go live every day. You're on the East Coast, I'm guessing, or East Coast time.
Can go faster, mate.
Raise is long. Let's pick up the pace.
Gasly's off.
Watch for yellows.
Went off for Aqua Minerale as we went whizzing through.
Right
Big
there.
lock up
Let's
the
take a
hill.
look now. Now we're at turn 11 now. And there's the lock-up. Just unable to
Just kept
control
it out the
car by
barriers.
that point.
And that's the fastest lap for Verstappen, 1:17.0. Those times are going to get a lot slower, or a lot quicker, as the race progresses.
And more energy available.
Right, so let's ride on board with Valtteri. Track temperature 36.8 and slowly climbing. And that's
You
it
need to
for
keep
battery
your
for
cable
Valtteri.
usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
But we have just about managed to stay, I think, in DRS range. Oops. There we go, rear wing open. Hamilton did not get the DRS. Could be overtaken by Iwasa. Hamilton keeps him behind. He's got some battery left, so he'll try and close that gap back up again. So we go into the Villeneuve chicane. Now into Tosa. Through Piratella before going back down the hill again into Aqua Minerale. Now the Variante Alta chicane. And down the hill into the double left-hander of Ravazza.
Very happy with your tyre use.
Yeah, copy.
Hamilton now had a battery.
Reminder on DRS.
Both drivers just getting DRS. Tyre temps creeping up again. We could be going a little bit quicker, but we are immediately on fuel saving. Simply because we took quite a lot out. It's helping to keep the engine temps down as well in this heavy traffic.
Copy that.
Let's take a look at the front. Oscar starting to put some pressure on George. Leclerc and Max hanging on. Sainz ahead of Norris, so Norris has lost a place. He's down to 6th now. Qualified in 5th. Russell just shuts the door. Yeah, we are struggling to stay in range, and those tyres are overheating again.
Just concentrate and get your tyre temps down. Got it.
How's Hamilton's tyre wear looking? Yeah, as predicted so far. Pace isn't there at the moment. I think we're going to have to stop fuel saving and just try and close up.
We don't think we need any lift and coast. Copy.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
We might be able to drop Iwasa in the process. New fastest lap for Magnussen, a 1:16.7. It's getting very, very crowded at the front. Look how tight this is. All 4 cars, nose to tail. And there's a large clump of cars stuck behind Sainz as well. So everyone's kind of stuck in trains at the moment. Let's harvest a bit more battery with that, with Hamilton.
And charge button on.
I think we're already at the point where Hamilton is probably quicker. Let's turn that off.
And we are free to fight.
Stroll has lost some ground. Lawson's stuck behind him, and that's allowed Valtteri to close the gap quite dramatically. Not a great middle sector, and lost a bit of time in the first sector compared to the cars in front. Magnussen pushed as well, so he lost the DRS.
Energies are good.
Understood.
Apart from the front 4, the field is still pretty condensed. You know, we've got a 4-car breakaway at the front. They're now starting to split slightly. Sainz is closing back in, and everyone else is pretty much nose to tail all the way down to Magnussen, the 16th. All right, let's punch Hamilton through here.
Understood.
Leclerc with a new fastest lap as he moves a little bit closer to Piastri. Max has got in front of George, so George down to 4th. Here comes Lewis.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Doesn't get the move done.
Keep going.
And Gasly has caught the back of Iwasa and passed him after that big lockup he had earlier.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
Might need to pick up the pace a little bit.
So Piastri leads from Charles Leclerc, Norris in third, sorry, Max in third, Russell fourth, Sainz fifth, Norris sixth, new fastest lap for Max, 1:16.0.
Deployed.
Ow. I just cracked my knuckles on my boom mic.
Car in front is Bottas.
I'm going to have to tell Valtteri to pull over, I think. Hoping to do it without issuing team orders, but he doesn't want to let Hamilton through. So we'll try and do it in a spot that won't hold him up too badly. Oh, that didn't help. It's a terrible launch out of Tosa.
Copy.
He's being swamped as a result.
Copy.
Load push at the moment.
Copy.
Well, it's not encouraging for Valtteri in terms of pace.
Car behind you at the moment is Gasly. He's 0.5 behind. He has DRS.
All right, let's see if Hamilton is quicker now that he's got some clear out.
Understood.
Charge on.
Copy.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
Increase lift and coast.
I wonder if something's wrong with George. And Norris, for that matter. I mean, the front three are just gone. Left him behind completely. Norris is past Sainz. So 1:18.0 again. Another 1:18 lap for Russell there. 1:17.4 for Norris. Leclerc a bit slower now. Max slowed down as well now that he's fighting Charles. Piastri still just in the 1:16s. But yeah, Russell's lost a ton of pace. You take a look at George's lap history here. In the 1:17s, and then suddenly just 3, 4, 5 really slow laps in a row.
I can't keep up with them.
Gasly's gone through. Damn. We may have to get Valtteri off these tyres a little sooner than expected. He's actually due to stop in a few laps anyway, so we'll just try and hang off the back here if we can.
What about tyres?
Starting to slide a bit.
Charge on.
Copy.
So another 3
He
or
does
4
have
laps,
DRS on you.
and then we'll be boxing Valtteri. The fact that nobody else is on softs, everyone else is on mediums, means that, well, it could mean one of two things. It means that they're 2 stopping but starting on mediums, or they're 1 stopping. Either way,
Charge on.
it's not
Copy.
looking great for Valtteri, but he is potentially going to get an undercut. See the tyre temps creeping back up, but I'm less worried about that given that we are stopping in just a couple of laps. Engine temps creeping up slightly as well, but we are fuel saving, which is helping keep those temperatures down. And Norris has now caught his teammate. Mick in 6 as well. Sainz is starting to struggle a little bit. I wonder, are the mediums going off for some of these guys? Hamilton's tyres drop out of the window. Field is still pretty well condensed though behind Sainz. Look at that. I mean, we've actually closed the gap down a little bit to Stroll, taking a second out of him on this lap. Yeah, not a great lap for Sainz at 118.9, and that's going to have a knock-on effect to everybody behind. We've got quite a few 119s. It's a 117.7 for Hamilton. So we took 1.2 seconds out of Stroll on that lap. Valtteri still putting some pressure on Bottas, on Gasly, but not being able to get
Very happy
through.
with tyre management.
And I'm going to box him this lap.
Let's get after these cars in front. We'll box this lap, please.
Okay, thanks.
Charge on.
Copy.
Take care of the tires.
Bortoletto gets past Tsunoda. Tsunoda down in 15th place. Yeah, look at them all queuing up, and that's a huge lunge from Magnussen up the inside into Ravazza. Tsunoda's got the slipstream though, as Sainz is actually going to be the first one into the pits. He's going hard tyres, and that's a long way to go. So I think he's 2 stopping. In comes Valtteri. .4. That's our slowest normal stop for a while. Let's see how far back we are. Hamilton closing in on the cars in front. Pacing of the cars ahead of us is definitely dropping. We still have a fair amount of rubber left on our tyres, so looks like the one stop is going to potentially pay dividends for Lewis here.
The tyres are good.
It would be nice if we could get some overtakes in. We're into DRS range. Let's start to rebuild the battery.
And charge
See
button
if we can find
on.
an opportunity
Charge button
to
on.
maybe capitalise and grab an overtake or two. Battery is 11.5 seconds behind Sainz, who's 16 seconds off the back of Iwasa. So that's quite a big margin, but it's a slow pit stop around this circuit. 25 seconds minimum lost in the pit lane here. Because it's a slow entry and it's a very slow exit. And it's flat out for everybody else as they whiz past the pits.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
All right, let's see if we can squeeze a position or two here with Lewis. As George is in the pits, so his tyres are gone. He goes on to hards, and again, it's a little early. He might be two-stopping. Gasly comes in behind us. We are lining up a run on Iwasa. I don't think we're close enough. No, we're not. Hard tyres for Gasly. Valtteri's tyres starting to come up. I don't know if he's going to get out in front.
Need more power.
Alright, let's concentrate.
You are good to go.
Oh yeah, he is. He's going to get out in front of Valtteri.
Come in.
That's a little annoying. Didn't get as big of an undercut as I was expecting or hoping. And we are stuck in the dirty air here.
Charge button on.
Understood.
Let's see if we can just throw it up the inside, but that's not going to work. Ocon's into the pits. Albon sets a new fastest lap. 1:15.899. Hard tyres. Still 44 laps to go. So again, I think it's a very optimistic one stop.
Good job. So at the moment you are.
If he's thinking of going for the one stop, it's more likely a two stop. Valtteri trying to find a way through. Oh, come on!
Tyre temps look good.
Yep.
Ah, this sucks.
Just do your best. You've got the pace.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
More into the pits. Lindblad and Tsunoda both in. Hard tyres and hard tyres. And I don't think we're close enough to get the move done here.
From Gasly.
Who am I getting in next season for Valtteri? Isaac Hadjar. He's signed on a 3-year deal starting next season. 5.8 million a season. stat-wise, he is now in a better place than Valtteri, so he's progressing nicely.
Charge on, please.
Copy.
And we need to increase lift and coast by 30%.
Copy.
Charge button on.
Understood.
Alright, that's Iwasa into the pits. I think we've maybe got more pace than this, potentially, but we haven't been able to do anything about it. Alright, Iwasa's stuck on a set of hard tyres. We're getting closer and closer to that one stop cut-off point.
Cool your tyres.
There goes Valtteri.
Copy.
So at least we're not bottom anymore. We're not far off. Lawson has got past Magnussen. Now I need to do the same.
And you can use all the boost bar. And tire phase update when you can.
Into the pits goes Bortoletto. Still not close enough.
And charge button on. And we need lift and coast.
That's, yeah, still really bad for us. New fastest lap for Yuki, a 1:15.4. We've got Stroll for company. He's closed back up again. This is really not working out for us at the moment.
Increase tire saving.
With either car.
No management of the tyres required.
So lap 24, Oscar leads Max by 3.5 seconds, and Leclerc in third is now 8 seconds back from Max. Norris in fourth, Mick fifth, Behrman sixth, Albon 7th, Antonelli 8th, Hadjar 9th, Lawson rounding out the top 10 in that final points position. Then it's Magnussen and Hamilton. Hamilton a second and a half, less than that, away from being in the points at the moment, with Stroll for company as well. And then we get into the cars that are stopped. Russell ahead of Sainz, Lindblad, Ocon, Tsunoda, Bortoletto, Gasly, Bottas and Iwasa, and Leclerc and Norris are both in. There is Norris in the background. Here comes Leclerc's stop. Hard tyres. It's clean. Norris out on hards, and these could now go the distance. What about Hadjar?
Energies are good. You can push. Charge button on.
Do fastest lap for Gabby. There he is, just coming into the shot. 1:15.0. And Iwasa goes even quicker. with that 1:15.0. What was... Oh, yeah, wow. It's just 9 thousandths quicker than Bortoletto. And he's all over Hadjar. He still needs to get those tyres up to temperature.
And more energy available.
All right, Albon into the pits, and so is Stroll from just behind us. So Stroll could well undercut us here. Good stop from Williams there. See the mechanics running into place for Stroll. Not a bad stop. He might come out behind Valtteri here. It's going to be very close, but I think Valtteri's going to get him. Oh, just. And so does Iwasa. Looks like Valtteri just about managed to hold him off as well.
Go mode push.
Copy.
So let's see how far behind Stroll is. To Hamilton.
High speed management is very good.
Yeah, copy.
Out the way, there we go. So Stroll is on a minute. So, yeah, 26 seconds for a pit stop as Behrman is in.
What about tyres?
Quite consistent.
Look at the gap between Mick and Max. 20 seconds. Oh, no, wait. Oh, that's a bad stop. That's the overall gap. There we go, 16 seconds. It's still a big gap. We've got Russell for company now.
Charge on.
Copy.
Cool your tyres.
Copy.
Yep.
This is going to be my last chance to gain a place here for a while. There's Schumacher, Antonelli and Magnussen are all into the pits. And Russell's going to jump through on the inside of us because he got the slipstream. Russell goes flying through. No space for us to make the move. And we will continue to harvest and hope that we get another opportunity on the next lap. Leclerc right with us as well.
Race is long. And we need to increase lift and coast.
We've got a fault developing for Magnussen now.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
And he has come out behind Valtteri, who is holding up both of the racing bulls at the moment.
We're okay to push a bit harder if you can.
There you see both Ferraris stalking me. But we have an opportunity on Lawson here.
Charge button on, please.
Let's try and improve our chances of getting through.
So increase pushing status.
Oh, he boxes, of course he does. Denies us the overtake. Alright, Hamilton's pit window opens up in a lap. Can we keep Leclerc at bay? I doubt it, he's got a lot of grip. Still side by side.
Continue. keep going. And then behind we have Sainz.
All right, where is Lawson? There he is. Valtteri goes through. And so does Magnussen. So Lawson demoted to the back. That's not fuel saving now.
No more lift and coast.
Yep.
And Leclerc's gone. He's on much fresher tyres in a much faster car than us. And we're about to get gobbled up by Sainz. I would imagine Norris might even sneak through as well.
Sainz behind with DRS. Tires are ready.
Yep.
Continue like this. Car behind Norris.
That's Lindblad right there with Norris as well. No stops yet for the front two. He actually still leads Max by about 3.5 seconds or so. Russell is almost in range to undercut them and lapping at least a second quicker than Piastri. More than that against Verstappen. So there is a risk for Verstappen here that he might come out behind George when he makes his stop. Depends how much longer before he boxes. And we're going to box Hamilton this lap.
Norris behind with DRS. You're doing a good job.
And through goes Lando Norris.
And box now, box.
In the box is that.
Charge on.
Understood.
No forward progress made by Valtteri, but he is still keeping both of the Racing Bulls behind. And that's going to keep Magnussen penned in as well. And Lawson, who is also catching us.
So currently you are E18.
Oh, there we go. Oscar is in the pits. Hard tyres for the McLaren. Just saw a glimpse of George in the background there. And here we go with Hamilton into the pits. This is our one and only stop, or one and only planned stop with Lewis, so it needs to be a good one. It's going to drop way down the order. 2.2, that's not bad, but I don't think it'll be good enough.
And watch a white line on exit.
Through goes everybody. So Hamilton at the back of the grid, but with fresher tyres and definitely going to the end. As Max comes in.
So this is what happened. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. There's the opening.
Valtteri's stalwart defence is finally breached.
And the RB manages to get by.
How long till he stops again? About 8 laps. Good stop for Max.
Understood.
So Piastri has been caught by George. The pair of them go through. And there's Charles Leclerc. And Leclerc is going to be right on Max by the end of the lap.
A long way to go.
We will try and punch through. To end out the lap. And new fastest lap for Oscar, 1:14.4.
Still everything to play for. Do you need to be mode push?
Copy.
Norris gets past Sights. Back up into 5th place.
He has DRS.
Hamilton out of battery now. Did a 1:15.6. And Valtteri just can't get the move done. This is getting frustrating. Because we've got more pace in Iwasa, but we just can't get free to use it.
No worries, mate. Charge on.
Okay.
No management required.
Copy.
Mode push, please.
Copy.
If you are able to increase pace, it would be a good time to do it.
Close right up on the braking hit. Too far back.
This focus is a long race.
Oh, God damn it, we're losing a place in the slipstream again.
Lawson behind you. He's 0.5 behind. There's progress to be made.
And there he goes. God damn it. Valtteri just stuck. Not able to actually overtake anybody here. It's frustrating as hell.
Correct.
Do your best. Car behind it is Lawson. Charge on.
Copy.
And take care of the tires in high
Hamilton
speed.
is still closing in, but not by a massive amount.
What about tyres?
Tires starting to drop.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
It's been a pretty uneventful Grand Prix at the moment. No VSCs, no safety cars, no red flags, no big
Lawson
crashes,
behind you.
no retirements. We're past the halfway
Just
point
do your best.
as Oscar starts lap 37. New fastest lap for Verstappen, a 1:14.3. And I'm going to go all out on the attack
Okay,
here.
to push harder through 6 and 7.
Just box early and change to a set of hard tyres, I think, instead of the mediums. I think we'd have to nursemaid the mediums a bit too much. I don't think we'd have enough outlying pace. Plus we'd be stopping early.
Lawson, how's DRS?
Copy that.
Valtteri managing to hold back Lawson and Stroll, but we've lost a bit of time by defending.
Car behind is Lawson.
And there is Lewis closing up in the background. 1:15.7 for Lewis. We are working on the assumption that a good number of these guys in front of us are going to need to stop.
We're happy with time management.
If they go to the distance, then yeah, we're in trouble. One more lap with Valtteri.
Lawson with DRS.
I don't know if I can hold back Lawson here. He gets alongside us. He's going to have more grip than us. Yeah. Puts his car where we can't shut the door.
Car behind Stroll.
Imola's not being nice to us. Monza will be kinder, I hope. We did pretty well at Monza last time. So far, I'm not really liking my chances of a points finish tonight.
Next guy in front is a Stroll. 1.0 now. Alright, let's concentrate.
So into the pits then for Valtteri.
And you are doing a good job on tires.
And Houghton can't complete the move. Ah, it's annoying. That's a bad stop for Valtteri. Oh, it's a disastrous stop. We lost over 3 seconds there.
Sorry. You're in clear air.
It's all going horribly wrong. We're going to get lapped by Piastri. There he goes. We still have to worry about fuel saving. 1.4. Was it 1.4 or 1.6? It was 1.6 kilos a lap, wasn't it? We are being dropped into blue flag territory.
We need to do the full management on this set. Yep.
DRS?
Yep.
And this time we complete the move. There's a little bit of outside intervention.
Good job. Gap to him 2.5. Charge button on.
Understood.
All right, there we go. Sainz in for his second stop. Soft tyres. Interesting choice. Through goes Lewis. Who's immediately caught the back of the Wasser. So Valtteri's been pushed further down the running order. Time-wise, anyway. As
Tire temps are good.
Max, George and Charles have all got through. Norris is still a good 6 seconds or so behind us. Maybe less than that, maybe 5.5. Might even see him here. No, not yet. Got a yellow flag
Charge button off.
as Iwasa dives into the pits just as we're about to overtake him. Of course. All right, so looks like cutting the corner at Tamburello here.
Need to be watching those track
Yep.
limits. But all being well,
Naughty,
and
naughty.
fingers crossed, no lasting damage to.
Did he hurt his underfloor? I don't know. I don't think so. He's got a fault of some kind. It doesn't mean he's got damage. All right, Iwasa is in, and I don't think we can get out in front of Iwasa.
Mode push.
Copy.
Russell boxes. Mercedes giving him lead car priority over Norris. He's gone soft tyres. That's a worry. Where's he going to feed out? Behind Hadjar. Probably behind Antonelli. There is Antonelli. And he's going to have Bortoletto for company.
Charge on.
New fastest lap for Carlos Sainz at 1:14.1.
Charge on.
Copy.
And you are doing a good job on tires.
Cool your tyres.
Copy.
Just need to take the sting out of that temperature a little bit. Right, start of lap 45. 19 laps to go. Hamilton is where he needs to be. Valtteri is very much not where he needs to be. And not looking like he's going to get there either. But again, I've gambled the wrong way on Valtteri's sponsor position. Ah, God damn it. So we're going to miss out on money for car 2. Or for car 1, unfortunately. Car 2 doing what we need. And it's only going to be a matter of time before Sainz starts rocking up to the back of us.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Understood.
Still margin to push a bit harder through turn 6 and turn 12.
Not even able to stay in the DRS of the back of Leclerc either. A miserable afternoon for Valtteri. Lapping at a pace that is too slow to make any kind of real inroad. Yuki is in. It's like playing whack-a-mole sometimes, trying to click on someone as they're pulling to the pits. So soft tyres going onto Tsunoda. He's going to be quick, but he's going to come out behind Sainz.
Use the energy.
And we're having to constantly defend from Stroll, which is not helping our cause. Let's see if we can
Tire phase update.
try and get after Lawson.
That's still good.
Pick the pace back up.
So we are closing that gap, but only by
Continue like
tiny
this.
amounts. Not enough to put him under serious pressure yet. Now you see we beat him by 0.3 of a second. And we're still having to go extremely defensive into Tamburello every lap, with Stroll all over the back of us. Oh, yellow flag. It is a VSC. So, we're going to see some pit stops.
Stay positive.
Yep.
Do I stay out? Everyone's going to box around us, I think. Apart from those who've just boxed. It's Bortoletto who's out, and it's going to be here at Tosa, I think. Yeah, there he is. In the barrier, pointing the wrong way round. Do I box for softs? I'm going to lose 3 places. Maybe 4. I think we stay out.
Charge on.
So let's see how he binned it at Tosa. Yeah, pretty much the usual way.
They crash.
we get a little barrage of Brazilian swearing there, but nope. So, went for 21st, still way off where we need to be. There's not a lot of point in boxing Valtteri.
On the main straight, on the left, crash on the main straight.
Oh god, I'm burning battery.
Is he okay?
I should be on harvest.
He's okay. Be careful there.
Is there anyone in front box? We've got a little flurry approaching the pit lane. And they all stay out. That's Schumacher on back. Schumacher up on Gasly, Behrman, Albon, Russell, Antonelli and Hadjar, all nose to tail pretty much.
And 17 laps to go.
Still waiting for the green flag. Probably going to go back. Oh, there we go. I say probably going to go back to racing any moment now.
Understood.
And we do.
DRS is enabled. You can save less.
Charge button on.
Yep. Charge on.
Copy.
Right, we are definitely closer to Lawson.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Understood.
Still not a lap down yet with Hamilton. So we can't go over the board with fuel pushing with him.
Gap to him 0.9. Alright, let's concentrate.
Valtteri, on the other hand, can burn off quite a bit yet. At 2 litres to play with.
Continue, keep going.
Or 2 kilos, sorry. A few cars changing places. Russell gets ahead of Behrman. I think Antonelli got ahead of Hadjar, or Albon got in front of Antonelli. One of the two, I'm not sure.
And tire temperatures are good.
Probably Albon getting past Antonelli, I think. Albon still has that fault. Hasn't cleared up yet. It doesn't seem to be impacting his performance. And here we go, we've got an opportunity now. It's just too far back.
Charge button on.
Unless we get a little flurry of stops in the last lap or two, I don't think anyone is going to be putting on fresh
And
tyres.
more energy available.
Oh, another yellow flag. Still a yellow flag.
Signal yellow.
Big locket for Oscar.
We should be able to take a look here.
That's got to be at
Here
Ravazza.
we
Oh
are,
no,
down at
wait,
turn
he's a lot
7.
further ahead, isn't he? He's at Tosa.
Very heavy on the brakes.
He kept
But
it
that's
out of
just
the
the risk
barriers.
you take. The later you leave it.
New fastest lap for George. George has gone from comfortably leading his teammate here to being behind him by over 10 seconds.
Race is long.
Can't give anything else. There's nothing left to give. We're on full tyre push. We're on full battery push. We're at the spare fuel now. It does not seem to be the way through. But we're closing in on Magnussen, and now we have an opportunity. Up the inside, there we go. We finally get past Lawson. We've got no battery left.
And just a reminder on
We've got no spare fuel left. We need to calm the tyre temps down because they are very high. But we got the DRS. And now we can try and go after Magnussen. We're not going to get points, I don't think. We've got 11 laps to go with Lewis, or a little under 11 laps, and the gap to points is 8 seconds, 9 seconds. It's a little bit much. Another yellow flag briefly. Behrman running wide.
Let's take a closer look. Here we are, going into turn 9. Just a bit too wide at that point.
That's through Piratella.
Really,
That's cost him a
must
little
be
bit of
careful.
time, but it's not going to help us. Unless he gets into a fight with Albon and the pair of them take time away from each other.
Just look after these tires.
Yep.
Russell and Schumacher squabbling over 6th place. And George just monsters his way through, look. So Russell's starting to claw back some of that time to his teammate. He is, yeah, a long way back from Norris. He's 20 seconds behind his teammate now. That's crazy. Oh, look at this. We have got a flurry of late stops. Ocon in with 10 laps to go. Sainz is in. I mean, these guys are going to be too quick, and Valtteri's not going to be able to get past them anyway. Yeah, Valtteri's race is done. Just no pace around here in that car.
And push.
Road push.
Are we going to see some stops in front of Hamilton, though? There is a little flurry of traffic all the way up to George. George, I don't think, is going to stop again. starting to lose some time now. Again, we're coming under a lot of pressure from behind, having to go defensive.
Continue like this.
Get those tyres temperatures down.
Copy.
Just cool your tyres.
Copy.
Still kind of hanging with Charles Leclerc. But not lapping fast enough to catch the cars in front. Valtteri is going to finish this race at the back of the grid today. That's disappointing, to say the least.
And tires are good to push.
New fastest lap for Esteban Ocon, a 1:13.7. Given how far Valtteri is,
We need to reduce
back.
K1 usage.
I'm going to box him again for some pit stop points.
Boxing this lap, please.
Copy, box.
Charge on.
Let's cool the engine down as well.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
Copy.
Starting to close that gap to Magnussen back down again.
And tire phase update when you can.
Tyres feel okay, I just got my rear end.
Renault running 7th and 8th right now. Schumacher under a lot of pressure from Gasly. And there's a big old scrap going on between Albon, Antonelli and Hadjar over the final point position at the moment.
Copy.
Valtteri's in. Can we get a really quick stop? This gets him out of the way of some of the blue flags. Well, 2 blue flags, and maybe drops him into a whole heap of blue flags. Oh, it's another bad stop. Oh, come on, mechanics.
What happened there?
Apologies.
Oopsie poopsie. It comes over the team radio. Oh dear. So that is Behrman lapping us. Alright, back to Hamilton. Just over a second
7
behind
laps remaining at the
Magnussen.
moment.
And 6 laps to go.
Yep.
Charge on.
And it is 6 laps for Lewis because he's still on the lead lap. Come on, let's try and get a clean stop with Valtteri.
Boxing this lap.
There's no point retiring him just in case there is a crash that wipes out 2 or 3 people. There are some intense fights going on, particularly over 10th place right now, that would benefit both cars if they were to have a little coming together. A little meeting of the minds.
So deployed. And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
All right, we've dropped Lawson.
Understood.
It's a 2.4 second stop. It's
5
better,
laps
but
to
it's
go.
still not anywhere close to being quick enough.
You're in clear air.
And we have at least got Valtteri out of Hamilton's way. Antonelli gets past Hadjar. Those two are still side by side. Hadjar retakes the place up the hill into Piratella. Albon is hanging on for dear life at the moment. And the fact that Hadjar and Antonelli are fighting each other is helping Albon stay in 10th.
The next car in front is Magnussen. 1.0 now. Continue.
Out.
Keep going.
Spins. Antonelli.
Yellow flag where you are.
He's still going. He's got some damage.
It's a big one. Debris on the...
Just drops it on the exit of the Variante Alta and breaks his front wing. He's staying out.
1.7.
And Hamilton now is about to get him. I hope. Yes, there we go.
4 laps to
Up to
go.
13th place.
You're doing a good job.
Let's take a look at the replay. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
I was worried we weren't going to get him for a second, but he's got so little grip now
That puts them in
through
13th
the
place now.
through that chicane, through Tamburello. That was actually a relatively straightforward overtake.
Touch button.
We're still in range of Magnussen as well, so we've got a chance to jump Magnussen.
So we need to push. ERS.
There'll be 3 laps left after this. I don't think we'll be able to catch. We might
So next
still
time,
get ourselves
Magnussen.
in the hunt for a point here. We're less than 3 seconds behind Albon and Hadjar, but we
Right, let's
need to
concentrate.
get through here. We're out of battery.
3 laps to go.
Get the move done. Yes! There we go. And Hamilton's into peak confidence as well. 3.5 seconds
You're
to
doing a good job
Hadjar
at
and
the moment.
Albon.
So P12.
But no battery
In
left.
front
Can we
have
catch them?
Albon.
Let's have a look at that. Now, we're with Lewis Hamilton here. The gap opens up for them.
Tries to go to the outside. That's covered off, and we immediately switch
And
to the
Lewis
inside,
says,
and that
"Thank you
is the
very
move
much."
completed. Up to 12th, and we might rescue an okay result with the board here.
Watch for Verstappen. Got some sort of problem.
Oh, now Max is getting an issue.
And we'll need lift.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
So that might enable Piastri to win. Depends what the fault is. Crofty was not very forthcoming with the information. Albon has slipped out of range just of Hadjar. He's not going to get DRS. Don't know if we can get close enough though. I don't think we can.
And
2
2 laps to
seconds
go.
behind Albon, but we've only got 2 laps to go. We don't have any spare battery to play with. We used it to get ourselves up. Let's slap one more set of tyres on Valtteri.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
This is the last lap. when he crosses the line.
Mode in. Box this lap.
Box.
Yeah, we're not closing in on Albon. I don't have anything left that I can really give Hamilton to help him. But look at them all starting to line up behind Gasly. There's 4 cars all in DRS range here as they start their final lap. A lock-up from Behrman or Schumacher could be disastrous for them. It could be glorious for us.
And last lap.
Oh, look how tight this is. Valtteri into the pits. This is the last opportunity to try and get a quick stop. If Wasser gets past Sainz.
Piastri has done it.
Yes, we
He's
finally
got
get a
the
really
win.
good stop. A 2.0.
Oscar Piastri is the winner.
And Oscar takes the win. I think that might be his first of the season.
Just the perfect end to what has been a thrilling race.
So, is Valtteri technically counting as finished? He must be. We're up to 11th. What happened?
2 more time laps.
What happened?
Doing a good job. At the moment, P11.
What's happened
Okay,
to Russell? I was going to puncture. I didn't even see the notification pop up. Russell's punctured. But unfortunately, nobody threw it off on the final corner, so we're going to finish just outside the points.
Every lap, or else we may not finish the race.
And checkered flag.
And one of the Ferraris is punctured as well. It's Sainz. Sainz is punctured as well. I mean, we're a lap behind. We're 2 laps down, I think, but certainly a lap down. Pretty sure we're 2 laps down. Maybe even 3. But we might have taken the fastest pit stop at the very, very depth there. So close to actually getting a point. That was a mighty final stint there for Hamilton. And to think I was considering bringing him in under the VSC for a set of softs. I'm glad I didn't. It's just a shame we couldn't quite get some of those overtakes done earlier, or else we would have had the pace to actually get into that conversation for 10th. But this is disastrous for George against Norris.
There we've got the Haas driver as we start to wrap up proceedings.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
4 more points for Ollie Behrman there.
The man from down under, Oscar Piastri, heads up to our podium.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
Well, Formula One certainly feels at home in Italy, and it looks like those 3 feel right at home too. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
So, a pretty disastrous weekend for Valtteri, but let's take a look at confirmation of the final results. It is a win for Oscar Piastri ahead of Max Verstappen, and Charles Leclerc getting on the podium for Ferrari at one of their 2 home Grand Prix here. Norris takes 4th, that's 12 points. That will bring him right back up towards George in the driver's standings. Lindblad gets 5th place, 10 points for him. Up 10 places for Gasly. Poor qualifying, but he made it count in the race, beating out his teammate Schumacher for 7th. Then it's Behrman in 8th, Hadjar in 9th. Albon gets the final point in 10th, with Hamilton less than 2 seconds behind in the end, up 8 places from 19th to 11th. That's a pretty good race. Magnussen also gaining 8 places. He finishes in 12th. Then it's Lawson ahead of Tsunoda, Antonelli from Stroll, Ocon, Russell with a puncture at the end, then a lap down Iwasa, Sainz with a puncture, also a lap down, and then Valtteri a lap down at the back as well. One non-finisher, Bortoletto crashing at Tosa, bringing out the VSC. Let's take a look then at the standings for the Drivers' Championship. George still leads, but the gap has come down to just 4 points. Oscar is actually starting to bring himself back into the conversation. He's on 211 points and is now 58 points behind George. We still have 6 rounds of the championship to go and 3 sprints, so there are plenty of points still on offer. It's a big gap to overcome, but if he can start picking up a couple more race wins, you never know. You never know. Max in 4th on 181 points, loses yet more ground to Piastri. Another 7 points slips by the wayside, so he's now 30 points behind the Australian. Charles Leclerc on 121 points. Gasly in 6th has 99. Then it's Tsunoda, no points for him. He remains on 74 points. Up 1 point is Alex Albon. He's on 67. Hamilton in 9th has 56, 4 points ahead of Antonelli. Then it's Sainz with 48, Ocon with 45. Schumacher moves up above Lawson into 13th place with 37 points against Lawson's 34. In 15th place is Bortoletto. He's on 30 points. And joining him on 30 points is Behrman in 16th place. Hadjar has 20 points now in 17th. Lindblad gets some big points. He's now up to 18 points. Valtteri still just the 5. Glorious for us last season, has been very disappointing more often than not this season. Magnussen is 20th with 3 points. Stroll with 21st with 1 point. And still the only driver yet to score, Ayumu Iwasa in 22nd. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes take just to take the 12 points today, missing out on a big haul of points. 25 points for McLaren. They closed the gap up a bit, but I mean, they're so far behind, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. It's not going to be long until Mercedes are actually crowned champions. Red Bull have lost yet more ground to McLaren. They are now 62 points behind, having dropped another 5 today. But they did pull out 5 points over Ferrari. They are 32 points ahead of the Scuderia at the moment. And Alpine picking up a good haul of points as well. They're up to 136 and not out of the equation of finishing above Ferrari. They've certainly had some good form recently in their final season before the team is sold. Aston Martin, no points for them. They remain 6th with 119. Williams pick up 1 point. That moves them back to a 40-point gap over us in 8th. 9th place, Audi. Big haul of points for them. Brings them closer. They're now just 13 points behind us. Then it's Haas with 33 points. Racing Bull's bottom, still with just the 1. Now, did Valtteri manage to snag the fastest pit stop for us? No, not even in the top 3. He finished in 4th in the end. Wow, some very, very quick times. Hamilton's time was nowhere close. So it's maximum points for Mercedes, who also take 8th place as well. Ferrari gets 2nd, McLaren 3rd. We take 4th with Valtteri's stop. 5th for Racing Bulls. Aston 6th, Red Bull 7th, Haas 9th, Williams 10th. A lot of teams picking up some points today. So let's see what that's done to the standings. Red Bull are top, but they've lost a little bit of their lead over McLaren. They were outscored by 9 points today. They're on 253, McLaren on 226. They are sitting 27 points behind at the moment. And then Mercedes on 193 have closed on both teams today. We picked up another 12 points. We're on to 147. Ferrari up 1 into 5th and chasing us down. They're only 4 points behind us on 143. And no points for Alpine today. They stay on 130. Racing Bulls leapfrog Audi. They're on 101. Audi have 95. Aston in 9th has 69. Williams have 49. Haas have 8. There you see Hamilton's stop 2.2, not great. A whole myriad of issues in the pits for Valtteri. A 5.3 and a 6.1 second stop. Some awful stops. The other two were both 2.4, which were nowhere near, but we somehow managed to pull out a blistering stop on as the race was ending. So yeah, not great, but at least we got something out of it from Valtteri this weekend. Of course, he gets nowhere near 18th, so we get no money from Valtteri at all, but we do pick up just under 900k from Lewis. Let's head back to HQ and start getting ready for the second half of our Italian doubleheader, Monza. So, our Tour Centre refurb has completed. We're up to 1.238 million in the bank. We've got something broken on the car. Let's have a look at our post-race data breakdown. Let's see what is wrong. Front wings have gone on both cars, so we've gone from having 3 spares to 1. Other than that, everything else came through unscathed. So that's good. Am I doing 2 races tonight? No. I'm just getting ready for tomorrow's race. There you can see that the refurb will get us an extra 20k a week, just about. Let's get the front wings replaced on both cars. There we go. You can see we're also high risk on the chassis and a side pod here. We've got spares to cover both of those. Medium risk on the rear wing and underfloor. Let's take a look at Hamilton's car. High risk on his side pods. Already. That's not good. Don't know how long it'll be till we get our next side pod. Medium risk on the rear wing, so we're going to need to make another rear wing, I think. Underfloor's at medium risk. So we could do with another one of those as well. Let's see. So I have got another side pod coming. That might take me up to 4. 2 more suspensions still to come. Let's go with an underfloor, get that started. There we go. So, did we do enough to keep the board sweet? Let's have a look. They were disappointed. I can see us missing out on both of our objectives here. We still need to score points in 5 more Grand Prix, and there are only 6 to go. So time is running out. And we're 40 points away from 7th at the moment as well. So, yeah, I can see us failing both of our season objectives this year. I don't think we're in any danger of getting sacked. Finances are still just about, hanging on. They're disappointed we're starting each month with debt before our prize money comes through. But we are losing about $1 million every month through wages and expenses, etc. So that might dip our board confidence down a little bit later in the season. Hopefully we can get through without losing some confidence. I'd like that extra 1.5 mil rather than 750k if they drop to just satisfied. Plus, we are, like I said, looking like we're going to fail both of these objectives. So that might, on its own, drop us down to satisfied. And if the finances go and push us into another drop, that's down to low and no bonus cash. But we should still just keep our jobs. I don't think we're going to get sacked this season. And then money will be less of an issue next season with Valtteri stepping aside, Hadjar coming in. That will reduce our wage bill by about 7 million, just under 7 million over the season. And we may well replace one of our drivers here. We've offered Jack a new contract. We're waiting to see if he accepts it. He has been approached by Ferrari. Nobody's made an approach for Logan. He's had a contract in 3 months. We may renew him, we may not. I don't know. We've still got another couple of years left on Ricciardo's deal. A couple of years left on Fittipaldi. Let's see. It's the 20th of September. Let's take a look at the calendar. So we've got a scout report here of Charlie Wirtz. We've got side pods and a suspension due to drop just there before we go to Imola. And then we'll have another underfloor there. Our chassis will be there on the 30th of September. And we'll have, let's see, it's 8 days. So 1, 2, we'll have a third on race day itself. Got a couple of projects finishing there, another one finishing there, and money on the 13th as well. And then our next ATR will kick in at the beginning of November. That's our final ATR period at the end of November. So that's going into research, front wings and rear wings, and maybe something else as well. We'll see. Let's have a look at our facilities. Is there anything that's unlikely to break anytime soon? No. No, we're okay at the moment. Couple getting a little bit low. Let's take a look at our scout report on Charlie. Let's see. Yeah, he's not great, is he? He's on a high salary as well. Yeah, I'm not interested in negotiating with him. Jack wants a little bit more, but not a huge amount more. Let's make him a counter offer. Let's offer him 840,000. In fact, if I can push this up, I might be able to drop that down a little bit more. Let's go with that. All right, there we go. So, a counter proposal sent to Jack. Are we scouting anybody else? I don't think we are. So, let's start scouting out some young drivers. We don't have any really young drivers. Youngest is 19, so let's take a look at overalls. Ugo, he's going to Mercedes next year. Damn it. He would have been an awesome signing. I completely forgot about scouting Ugo earlier. You know, young American driver. He would be perfect to put into the team. Arvid's at 84 now. 20 years old. He's out of contract in 2 years' time. Is there anybody else that's really outstanding? You know what I haven't thought about? Where is Teo? How old is Teo now? He's got to be approaching mid-20s. There he is. He still has another year left on his deal, and I can't afford that buyout fee, so let's ignore that. Let's re-scout Jack Doohan. And let's scout Franco Colapinto. Oh, Colapinto's going to Racing Bulls next season after taking a year out to go back to F2. Okay, let's go back down the order a bit. Paul Aaron, out of interest at the moment because he's on a race week. Oh, he's retiring. Paul Aaron is retiring. Might have to unretire some of these people at the end of the season. Isaac's joining us to replace Valtteri. Ollie Behrman's still tied up for another 2 years. What about Zach? Let's scout Zach. Bortoletto is going to McLaren next year. Ooh, okay. Mini's another one we could potentially look at. But we've only got the 2 scouts. Rafael Camara is signing for the team that's going to replace Alpine next season. All right, okay, so we've got a couple of options that we've looked at. We've got, Alexander Dunn as well. He's re-signing with McLaren. That's Arvid. I thought I saw someone really high for a second then. I desperately want to get Ugo in, but that might have to wait another season. Let's put a mark next to Ugo. There's no standout teenagers. Okay. Moving forward. Spare side pods. So if we go to car parts, we've got 2 spare side pods now. Suspension's still on the way. Right, let's have a look. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I was expecting. What's the weather like for Monza? That's cool. Well, ambient air temperature is cool, but it's going to be clear skies. There'll be a little bit of cloud here and there, but track temperature could be quite high. No, it is going to be cold. Maintaining tire temperature could be tough. Right. That means probably a medium. Well, it's going to be very tough to make medium hard work. Probably it's going to be a 2-stop then. Medium hard, medium is probably what we're going to be looking at for Monza, I think. Hamilton might be able to stretch a 1-stop, but I don't know. I don't know. Ideally, we want a 1-stop because we want to try and hold track position against the AI. That's the best way for us to move forward, but it's just, I don't know if it's going to be feasible or not. Anyway, that is tomorrow's Grand Prix. We are done for this evening. If you've enjoyed tonight's race and tonight's stream, then why not drop a thumbs up on the stream? That'd be much appreciated. And if you haven't yet subscribed, why not consider subscribing as well? If you have subscribed or you're thinking about it, make sure you hit that notification button so that you'll get a little notification through every time the live streams go live and when new videos drop. There was supposed to be a new Jurassic World Evolution video today. I forgot to upload it. So that will be live tomorrow instead. That series is definitely coming back. And yeah, those videos will continue from tomorrow onwards. Until then, though, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.